What's up everyone, my name is Echo, and in today's Minecraft video, we are back on Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version, for a brand new beta and preview. This is the version 1.19.50.20. Here is the confirmation from J Wells Megaspud, our community manager. He said, even though it's a very busy week, there is a new Minecraft preview rolling out today. Check out the changelog for 1.19.50.20 preview here. If you want the changelog, it is down below. Starting off with some important information regarding the Minecraft Live mob vote. To participate in the Minecraft Live mob vote, you will need to be on the Bedrock version 1.19.31. That is the latest full release. This is super important. If your version does not show on the bottom right of your screen 1.19.31, you cannot participate in the mob vote. No, you can't join the server. No, this does not work in beta. No, this does not work in preview. No, it does not work in the version 1.19.30. If it does not say 1.19.31, you cannot vote. So update, and if you're currently on beta or preview, back out and join the latest full release. Moving on to features and bug fixes. Vanilla parity. Let's focus on spectator mode. Great news. Spectator mode has been moved from an experimental toggle into the base game. What that means is whenever you click on play, create new world. If you want to mess around with spectator, you no longer need to go to experiments and enable that toggle at the top. There is nothing there currently until we find out what the next Minecraft update is going to be. That means most worlds that have cheats enabled are going to mean that you have spectator mode enabled. But it does say, please remember, worlds that have used experimental toggles will always be flagged as experimental. We recommend keeping these experimental worlds separate from your main saves. Players can go in and out of spectator mode using the personal game mode in the settings menu or the /game mode spectator command if cheats are enabled. What that means is if you go into your settings now, and then you go to the personal game mode, it'll be default, survival, creative, adventure, and spectator mode. Super useful, finally been added. Or you can just go /game mode spectator and do it that way. There has been a lot of information displayed about spectator mode, so let's read the changelog. All the features you see here for spectator mode, we have checked out previously either in beta or preview. This is just explaining what spectator mode is. I have my fingers crossed here, hoping that the end goal for spectator mode on Bedrock Edition is going to equal hardcore mode. Let's check out some of the features with spectator mode. Players' inventory, health, held items, etc. are unchanged when switching into spectator mode and when you leave spectator mode. So you'll see here, we have a hand, we have a hood. If we hold an item, you guys can see it. But if we change our game mode to spectator, they pretty much disappear and you're just a floating head. Spectators are always flying and cannot be grounded. So what that means is if we go to spectator, we're always basically flying and floating. We can't hit the ground or anything like that like you would in creative mode. We basically go through it. So that's what that means. And also, spectators cannot use items or interact with blocks or mobs. So you'll see here, we can open a chest. We have ourselves this, and we do /summon a cow. You'll see the cow's interested in this. We change our game mode to spectator. The cow just wanders away as if there's nothing there, and you cannot open or interact with chests. Again, there's tons more features with spectator mode. Go and experiment for yourself. Moving on to blocks. It says dirt path and farmland collision are now 1 pixel lower. So what this means is if we go into this position and we go over this, you'll see we drop down. We go right, we just slightly go up there again. Same with your farmland. Players swimming above mud will not have their screen covered. We got a bug report. Swimming on mud blocks fills the player's screen with the texture of the mud. I think I showed you this in previous betas and previews. Looks like it's still an issue. Let's see if it's fixed. If you get inside of here and you enter the swimming mode and try and swim as close to the mud as possible, you can see that we don't visually glitch into the mud anymore. So yeah, I did say it was fixed last time, but it definitely looks like it's fixed this time. Another reoccurring issue, projectiles landing on mud will not repeatedly shake. We got a bug report. Here is the bug report. Here is the video. You'll see here they have a trident. They throw it on mud. Makes a crazy loud shaking sound. Grab ourselves a trident. Throw it on the mud. You'll see here that it's just like any normal block. Amphibious mobs no longer have trouble pathfinding around mud blocks. We've got another bug report. Again, a reoccurring issue. It is marked as resolved this time, but basically this is what was happening. You had the really dizzy looking mobs. It's fixed. Grab ourselves a frog, grab ourselves some tropical fish. We'll put the fish first. You can see it's able to go across them. And the same for the frog. It can go up and down. It can get in or out. So glad to see that's fixed. Mud and soul sand block bounding boxes now matches their visual bounding boxes for when a player places the block. Sugarcane will break on next random tick when its water source is removed. We got a bug report. Sugarcane on mycelium, rooted dirt, and mud doesn't break when the water is removed. Let's test it out. So if we grab ourselves some dirt, you can see here they're growing perfectly fine. But if we cut off the water source, again, on the next random tick, this is meant to pop off. I'm showing you guys in real time here because I'm not entirely sure how fast or how slow this is meant to happen. Come on, sugarcane. So I did test this before recording, and it was working perfectly fine. Like, it would pop off quite quickly. It seems to be delayed in some cases. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer though. There you go. It took a little bit longer than expected, but it will eventually pop off rather than staying there permanently. And you'll notice you cannot place it back down. Fixed a bug where placed light blocks were invisible even while selecting a light block. Moving on to gameplay changes. Fixed blocks flickering when moved by pistons. Piston's arm now extends more smoothly. Blocks attached to pistons now move more smoothly. So quite a few issues here. So the first one was that the arm was a little bit visually broken. We keep an eye on the arms there. They look like they're moving perfectly fine. Regular piston, sticky piston. The blocks also seem visually smoother. Again, we're just going to put this here. They seem completely fine. So once again, more improvements with pistons. Fixed an issue where breeding mobs with applied effects would result in the offspring having the effect bonuses permanently applied. So if you were to breed something like a horse, the offspring would have, let's say, permanently super speed or super jump. Super cool bug, but now been fixed. Fixed a bug that could cause the player to teleport back to a portal after exiting it. We've got a bug report. Frogs keep glitching into the nether. So if we tap on this, keep an eye on the frogs. As you can see there, they've disappeared. This person's then going to head inside of the nether, and you're going to see the frogs there. Do you remember the boat bug where you got out the boat and it would just like teleport and fling all the way behind you? That's basically what this is, but it was happening with mobs. And this person's frogs are back inside of the nether. Fixed an issue where signs would not play a placement sound when placed. I can confirm today that this was fixed. Maps corrupted by black pixels can now be repaired by revisiting corrupted areas. Previously affected maps can now be repaired by holding in main or offhand and we have a bug report. So this has been an issue for the latest versions. Basically, everyone was having black chunks across their worlds. Super annoying. And the way you fix it is just go and revisit those chunks. And if it doesn't work in your main hand, put it in your offhand, and it should be fixed. Next up, general changes. Fixed bat resting location being offset when at negative world height. Fixed a bug where fully charged items were lost when going through a portal. We got a bug report. So wow, this has been an issue for a very long time. Being in the throwing a trident phase while entering a portal destroys the trident upon teleportation. Can confirm if you get this and you go into the throwing stage, now go into a portal, this thing will now put it back in the normal position. It won't keep it in this position, so you're not going to lose it anymore. Bubble columns are now properly generated above underwater magma blocks. Graphical changes. Applied ambient light to blocks moved by pistons. We got a bug report. Again, been reported for quite some time. Here is the video. You'll see here, there's a slight bit of light. That shouldn't happen. You set the time to night. Keep flicking this here. There is like a slight bit of light below, but that's about it. The actual block doesn't flash anymore. Fixed the brightness of the night sky when enabling RTX. Moving on to items. Freshly crafted tools and armor now work the first time they are used. We got a bug report. Tools do not work for the first time. So with this video, this person's just going to make everything they need. They're making a crafting table here. They're also making some sticks. Now watch what happens when they make themselves some tools. So they're just going to make themselves a pickaxe here. And they're going to make themselves a shovel. When they try and use it for the first time, it doesn't work. I did show you a very similar bug to this to do with like flints and renamed items. It wasn't just those items. It was most of them. So let's see if it's fixed today. We're going to go to survival mode and do exactly what he did. So first thing he did was make himself a crafting table. Made himself a bunch of sticks. Just do some sticks. We'll put down the crafting table. We'll do the exact same he did. So we'll make ourselves a wooden pick. We'll also make ourselves a wooden shovel. We try and use these items straight away. You'll see it worked the first time. Weapons, tools, and armor can now be dropped from the player's inventory the first time after being renamed. We got a bug report. Very similar to what I've just showed you. Renamed weapons, tools, armor failed to drop from the inventory. Here is the video. So this person's going to run a test here. Test. Trying to throw it. Nope. Not going to let you. Same item. We're just going to grab this. We're just going to delete all of this. And we're going to type in test. Let's throw this on the floor. It works. First time. Fixed an issue where an entity at coordinate 0, 0, 0 prevented pressure plates from being placed. Mob effects. Jump boost now consistently affects mobs ridden by players. Slow falling now consistently affects mobs ridden by players. And we have a bug report. When I ride on a horse, the slow falling effect gets cancelled. So this person gave it slow falling. And then they ride a horse here. It's meant to have the slow falling effect. That is not going to be applied to horses. But today, it is. So if I get this potion and throw it at a horse, ride this horse, we take it up here, ride off the cliff, you'll see here, it's now applied. Moving on to mobile data. Added a new mobile data blocked screen on Android/iOS when mobile data is available but disabled in-game and Wi-Fi is not connected. Moving on to mobs. They have increased Enderman follow range from 32 to 64. Moving on to touch controls. There's quite a few changes here, so let's switch over to mobile. Now, just before we do that, here are the changes that are available for touch controls. They have re-enabled the split stacking in the current preview, but again, I'm going to show you. So the first notable change is that they've brought back the ability to hold on an item. This gives you the ability to slide from left to right. Let's say I want to move 11 over here. I could do that, and I'm like, nah, I need to just move one, as you guys can see. Now, obviously, the less items you have, the easier it is, in my opinion, to selectively move items. That is back. It was previously removed because of a few issues. These are the original touch controls for Pocket Edition. So one of the changes this week is split control option will only appear in classic control mode and only affect the classic control scheme. That's talking about this one right here. So if we go into our settings and touch control, we scroll down a little bit here, we have split controls. Now, if we go ahead and change to, let's say, the top of, for example, you'll notice that these split controls have disappeared. On screen right now is a few other changes that they have done. Once again, mess around with them and see if you notice any difference. They've added a new toggle called Delay Block Breaking, which is creative only. And this is in touch settings to control this functionality. So if we go to settings, touch, scroll down a little bit further, it's this one, delayed block breaking creative only. So this is just gonna, you know, when you break things like quite easy by mistake and stuff like that, I believe that's what that functionality is for. So a good change. So for example, if I go ahead and try and break this diamond block, there's a slight delay, you know, in case you break things by mistake. So I really like that change. They have also fixed an issue where double tapping touch control buttons can be difficult on high refresh rate screens. Moving on to user interface, they have fixed a bug where the boss bar name would not update the boss's name changed until the bar was reloaded by the player. A warning now appears when the player is about to lose changes when moving away from the Create New World screen. Change the error handling of copying worlds to display a model pop-up instead of a toast notification. Fixed a bug causing the hood to not rotate with the player's direction while riding in a boat in VR. Changed the color of the description text for the allow mobile data for online play option to be more readable. Hotbar item text background is now affected by the text background opacity slider. We got a bug report. Text background opacity doesn't work. So again, been an issue for a very long time. Basically, it's meant to have the thick outline if you increase it, or it's meant to look like this if you decrease it. So you see where it says grass block. If we now go into settings and accessibility, talking about this, if you increase it to 100, the background of it is a thick black box. Go back into your settings, accessibility, change it the other way, it's completely disappeared. I like to keep mine like halfway, which I think is just normal. So yeah, but you can change that now. Moving on to commands, using the / enchant command to apply the same level of enchantment no longer results in a higher level being applied. Fixed an issue where has item wouldn't correctly detect an item with a data value if has item wasn't provided a data value. And then we have technical updates. Read the change log. Once again, quite a few technical updates, general networking stability and performance, and experimental changes. If you're interested in the technical side, the changelog is in the description. If you made it this far in today's video, you are the real MVP. I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments section. But more importantly, this could be the last 1.19 beta / preview version before we enter the 1.20 stages. I hope you guys are super excited for Minecraft Live. I'm going to be live streaming it on this very YouTube channel. So come and find out the announcements together. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. I'll catch you next time.